everyone, Coach Alexa here. A little video today because the weather is getting cooler, so continuing that theme of last week's video that I made about hydration. So a lot of people, quite rightly, take hydration really seriously in the warmer weather. Clearly when things are hotter, our body is having to work harder to maintain our core body temperature, dump all of that heat, and we do that by sweating. And when we sweat, we lose quite a lot of liquid, so we need to be replenishing that by drinking before, during and after our runs. What people don't quite realise is that we still sweat when we run in the colder weather. So it still is worthwhile. We sweat just kind of sitting, really, even when we're not doing very much. So we're still losing an amount of water through our sweat, albeit not as much as we do on a really hot day. But the other thing that's going on in our bodies in terms of water usage is our breathing. And this is something where the utilisation of water goes up when it's cold. So our lungs really like the air that's in them to be warm and humid, so full of quite a lot of moisture. Because when that's the case, the gas exchange, so oxygen coming from the air into our bodies and carbon dioxide coming from our bodies back out into the air, works more efficiently. So our nose, our throat will try, and the tops of our lungs and our windpipe will be adding humidity, adding moisture to the air as we breathe it in order to help make that gas exchange really nice and efficient. And we lose all of that. You might notice on a cold morning when I was out this morning, you can see your breath, and that's because the air that we're breathing out is holding a lot more moisture, and you can kind of see it hanging in the cold air. Now, cold air is generally a lot drier. It can't hold as much moisture, it can't be as humid as warmer air. So we're breathing in something that's A, cold, and B, quite dry. So our body has to work quite a bit harder in cooler weather to warm that air up and fill it full of moisture in order for our lungs to be as efficient as possible. So we lose more moisture than we think through our breathing. And when we're breathing at a higher rate, when we're running, we lose more than if we were just out for a walk or sat down outside in the cooler weather. So it's still worth thinking about, what are you having to drink before, during and after a run. If it's a short run, maybe just think about before and after, take a bit more care with that. Again, the colour of your wee, keeping it a straw colour, making sure it's no darker when you get back from a run. If it's darker, you've not drunk enough. For longer runs, try and make water tempting, because I know myself, if I'm feeling a little bit of a chill outside, I tend not to drink cold drinks because it just makes me feel colder. So think about ways you can make taking on board some liquid more tempting. That might be putting warm, not boiling hot, because it will probably melt your water bottle or your soft flasks or your Camelback and burn your mouth. But warmer water, if you've had a cup of coffee for breakfast and you're heading out kind of 45 minutes afterwards, and that the leftover water in the kettle has still got some warmth in that water bottle, so it's a little bit more tempting to drink, or maybe adding something to it, a bit of flavour to make it a bit more appetising. But just bear in mind that we do still need water, not quite as much perhaps as on a really hot sunny day, and that even small levels of dehydration can start having a bit of an impact on our run performance. Hope that's useful.